Furthermore, Moon Godling found the door of liberation, of pure light illuminating the universe, edifying all sentient beings. The deity, Flower King Topknot Halo, found the door of liberation, observing the worlds of all sentient beings and causing them to enter the boundless truth. The deity, Myriad Subtle Pure Lights, found the door of liberation, knowing the various operations of clinging to objects in the ocean of the minds of all sentient beings. The deity, pacifying the hearts of the world, found the door of liberation, bestowing inconceivable happiness on all sentient beings, causing them to dance with joy. The deity, Luminosity of Tree King Eyes, found the door of liberation, protecting agricultural work, the seeds, sprouts, stalks, etc., according to the season, causing it to be successfully accomplished. The deity, manifesting pure light, found the door of liberation, compassionately saving and protecting all sentient beings, causing them to witness the facts of experiencing pain and pleasure. The deity, immutable light traveling everywhere, found the door of liberation, able to hold the pure, clear moon and show it throughout the 10 directions. The deity, sovereign monarch of constellations, found the door of liberation, showing all things to be illusory and like empty space, formless and without inherent nature. The deity, moon of pure awareness, found the door of liberation, performing great works for the benefit of all beings. The deity, great majestic light, found the door of liberation, universally cutting off all doubt and confusion. At that time, Moon Godling, imbued with the spiritual power of the Buddha, surveyed all the celestial hosts in all the moon palaces and said in verse, "The Buddha radiates light pervading the world, illuminating the lands in the 10 directions, expounding the inconceivable far-reaching teaching, to destroy forever the darkness of ignorance and delusion. His sphere is infinite and inexhaustible. He teaches eternally through countless aeons, edifying beings through various powers. Flower Topknot looks upon Buddha this way. The ocean of sentient beings' minds varies from moment to moment. The Buddha's knowledge is so broad it comprehends all this, expounding the truth for them all, making them glad. This is the liberation of subtle light. Sentient beings have no holy tranquility. Sunk in evil ways, they suffer many pains. The Buddha shows them the nature of things. Peaceful meditation sees in this way. The Buddha, with unprecedented great compassion, enters all states of existence to help sentient beings, explaining truth, encouraging virtue, promoting fulfillment. This is known to eye light. The Buddha opens up the light of truth, analyzing the natures of the acts of all worlds, their good and their evil without a mistake. Pure light, seeing this, gives rise to joy. The Buddha is the basis of all blessings, like the earth supporting all buildings. He skillfully shows the peaceful way out of distress. Immutable knows this technique. The bright glow of his fire of knowledge pervades the universe. He manifests countless forms equal to all beings, exposing true reality for the benefit of all. Monarch of constellations realizes this path. The Buddha is like space with no inherent nature, appearing in the world to benefit the living. His features and refinements are like reflections. Pure awareness sees in this way. The pores of the Buddha's body emit sounds everywhere. The clouds of the teaching cover all worlds. All those who hear are joyful and glad. Such is the realization of liberation light. Furthermore, the Gandharva king, sustaining the nation, found the door of liberation of independent techniques for saving all beings. The Gandharva king, Tree Light, found the door of liberation, seeing the array of all virtues. The Gandharva king, Clear Eyes, found the door of liberation, cutting off forever the grief and suffering of all sentient beings, producing a treasury of joy. The Gandharva king, Flower Crown, found the door of liberation, forever cutting off the confusion of all sentient beings' erroneous views. The Gandharva king, Universal Sound of Joyful Steps, found the door of liberation, like clouds overspreading, shading and refreshing all sentient beings. The Gandharva king, joyously moving beautiful eyes, found the door of liberation, manifesting an enormous beautiful body, causing all to obtain peace and bliss. The Gandharva king, wondrous sound lion banner, found the door of liberation, scattering all famous jewels in all directions. The Gandharva king, universal emanation of jewel light, found the door of liberation, manifesting the pure body of all great joyous lights. The Gandharva king, Diamond Tree Flower Banner, found the door of liberation, causing all trees to richly flourish, causing all who see them to be delighted. The Gandharva king, universal manifestation of adornments, found the door of liberation, skillfully entering into the sphere of all Buddhas, and bestowing peace and happiness on all living beings. At that time the Gandharva king, sustaining the nation, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the hosts of Gandharvas and said in verse, "The innumerable doors to the realm of the Buddhas cannot be entered by any sentient beings. The Buddha is like the nature of space, pure. He opens the right path for all worlds. In each one of the Buddha's pores is an ocean of virtues all replete. All worlds are benefited and pleased by them. This is what tree light can see. The vast ocean of sorrow and suffering of the world, the Buddha can evaporate entirely. The Buddha, compassionate, has many techniques. Clear Eyes has deep understanding of this. The ocean of lands in the 10 directions is boundless. The Buddha illumines them all with the light of knowledge, causing them to wash away all wrong views. This is where tree flower enters. The Buddha, over countless eons in the past, cultivated great compassion and skill in means to pacify all the worlds. This path universal sound can enter. The Buddha body is pure, all like to see it. It can produce endless enjoyment in the world. As the causes and effects of liberation are successively fulfilled, Good Eyes skillfully demonstrates this. Sentient beings are confused, always going in circles. Their barriers of ignorance are most firm and dense. The Buddha expounds the great teaching for them. This lion banner is able to expound. The Buddha manifests everywhere a body of wondrous form, with innumerable differentiations equal to sentient beings, by various means enlightening the world. Wondrous sound looks upon the Buddha this way. The infinite doors of knowledge and means, the Buddha opens all for sentient beings. To enter the true practice of supreme enlightenment, this diamond banner well observes. Within an instant, millions of aeons, the Buddha's power can show this with no effort, bestowing peace and comfort equally on all living beings. This is the liberation of pleasant adornment. Furthermore, the Kumbhanda king Increase found the door of liberation of the power to eliminate all maliciousness. The Kumbhanda king Dragon King found the door of liberation, cultivating a boundless ocean of practices. The Kumbhanda king Adornment found the door of liberation, knowing what is pleasing to the minds of all sentient beings. The Kumbhanda king Beneficial Action found the door of liberation of work, perfecting pure radiance. The Kumbhanda king Fearsome found the door of liberation, showing all sentient beings the safe path free from fear. The Kumbhanda king Sublime Adornment found the door of liberation, evaporating the ocean of cravings of all sentient beings. The Kumbhanda king High Peak Intellect found the door of liberation, manifesting clouds of light in all realms of being. The Kumbhanda king Brave Strong Arms found the door of liberation, shedding light everywhere, destroying mountain-like barriers. The Kumbhanda king Boundless Pure Flower Eyes found the door of liberation, revealing the treasury of non-regressing great compassion. The Kumbhanda king Enormous Face found the door of liberation, everywhere manifesting bodies transmigrating in the various states of being. At that time the Kumbhanda king Increase, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the assembled Kumbhandas and said in verse, "Perfecting the power of patience, the guide of the world, cultivated practice for the sake of beings for countless aeons, forever leaving the confusion of worldly pride. Therefore his body is most majestically pure. In the past the Buddha cultivated oceans of practices, edifying innumerable beings in all quarters, benefiting the living by all sorts of means. This liberation door Dragon King has found. The Buddha saves sentient beings with great knowledge, clearly understanding all of their minds, and taming them with various powers. Adornment banner, seeing this, gives rise to joy. Spiritual powers appear responsively, like reflections of a light. The wheel of teaching in reality is like space, being thus in the world for incalculable aeons. This is realized by the beneficent king. Sentient beings are blinded by ignorance, always confused. The light of Buddha illumines the path of safety, to rescue them and cause suffering to be removed. Fearsome contemplates this teaching well. Floating and sinking in the ocean of desire, full of all pains, the all-illumining light of wisdom annihilates this all, and having removed pain, then expounds the truth. This is the realization of splendid arrays. The Buddha body responds to all, none do not see it. With various techniques it teaches the living. Sound like thunder showering the rain of truth. This teaching high intellect enters. The pure light is not shown in vain. Any who meet it will cause to dissolve heavy barriers. It expounds Buddha's virtue without any bounds. Grave arms can clarify this profound principle. To give peace and comfort to all sentient beings, he practiced great compassion for innumerable ages, removing all pains by various means. This is the vision of pure flower. Spiritual power is independent and inconceivable. That body appears throughout the 10 directions, yet nowhere does it come or go. This is what enormous face understands. Furthermore, the Naga king Virupaksha found the door of liberation, extinguishing all the burning pains of the state of Nagas. Shakra found the door of liberation of instantaneously transforming his own Naga form and manifesting the forms of countless beings. The Naga king, Cloud Sound Banner, found the door of liberation, speaking the boundless ocean of Buddha names with a pure, clear voice in all realms of being. The Naga king, Flaming Mouth, found the door of liberation, showing the differences in arrangements of boundless Buddha worlds. The Naga king, Cloud Banner, found the door of liberation, showing all sentient beings the ocean of great joy and virtue. The Naga king, Takshaka, found the door of liberation, destroying all fears with the pure voice of salvation. The Naga king, Boundless Steps, found the door of liberation, showing the form bodies of all Buddhas and the succession of their aeons. The Naga king, Pure Form, found the door of liberation, producing the ocean of great delight and joy of all sentient beings. The Naga king, Great Sound, traveling everywhere, found the door of liberation, manifesting the pleasing, unobstructed sound that is equal to all. The Naga king, No Heat or Torment, found the door of liberation, annihilating all the sufferings of the world with the cloud of great compassion that covers all. At that time, Naga king Virupaksha, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the hosts of Nagas and said in verse, "See how the Buddha's teaching is always thus. It helps and benefits all sentient beings. It can, by the power of great compassion and pity, rescue those who have fallen into fearful ways. The various differences of all sentient beings the Buddha shows all on the tip of a hair, filling the world with spiritual demonstrations. Chakra sees the Buddha this way. The Buddha, by means of unlimited spiritual power, tells of his names and epithets, as many as all beings. He makes them all hear whichever they like. Thus can Cloud Sound understand. The beings of infinite boundless lands, the Buddha can make enter a single pore, while sitting at rest among these hosts. This is the vision of Flaming Mouth. The irascible minds of all sentient beings, their bondage and ignorance are deep as the sea. The Buddha compassionately removes it all. Flame Naga, observing this, can see it clearly. The virtuous powers of all sentient beings appear clearly in the Buddha's pores. Having shown this, he returns all to the ocean of blessings. This is the vision of High Cloud Banner. The pores of the Buddha's body radiate the light of wisdom. That light intones a sublime sound everywhere. All who hear it are free from worry and fear. Takshaka realizes this way. The lands, adornments, and successions of ages, of all Buddhas of all the times, appear as they are in the Buddha's body. Broad steps seize this spiritual power. I observed the Buddha's practice in the past, making offerings to the ocean of all Buddhas, increasing his joy with all of them. This is the entry of Naga Swift. The Buddha, by means of expedient sound adapted to type, expounds the truth for the masses, making them rejoice. That sound is pure and sublime, enjoyed by all who hear. Going everywhere, hearing this joyfully awakens. Sentient beings are oppressed in all states of existence, whirled about by habitual delusion with no one to rescue them. The Buddha liberates them with great compassion. No heat or torment realizes this. Furthermore, the Yaksha king Vaishravana found the door of liberation, saving evil beings by means of boundless skill and means. The Yaksha king Independent Sound found the door of liberation, examining all sentient beings, saving them with appropriate techniques. The Yaksha king Solemn Weapon Bearer found the door of liberation of ability to give sustenance to all emaciated evil sentient beings. The Yaksha king Great Wisdom found the door of liberation, extolling the ocean of virtues of all sages. The Yaksha king Lord of Flaming Eyes found the door of liberation, observing all sentient beings and engendering great compassion and knowledge. The Yaksha king Adamantine Eye found the door of liberation, aiding and comforting all sentient beings by various appropriate means. The Yaksha king Arm of Courage and Strength found the door of liberation, entering into the meanings of all teachings. The Yaksha king Bravely Resisting General found the door of liberation, guarding all sentient beings, causing them to abide in the way, with none living in vain. The Yaksha king Rich in Material Goods found the door of liberation, increasing all beings' stores of blessings and virtues, and causing them to always feel blissful. The Yaksha king Power to Smash High Mountains found the door of liberation, producing the light of wisdom and power of the Buddhas whenever called to mind. At that time, the great Yaksha king Learned, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the assembly of yakshas and said in verse, "The evils of sentient beings are extremely fearsome. They do not see the Buddha for hundreds, thousands of aeons. Drifting through life and death, they suffer myriad pains. To rescue them, the Buddhas appear in the world. The Buddha saves and protects all worlds, appearing before all sentient beings, to put a stop to the pains of transmigration in fearsome realms. Independent Sound enters this gate of teaching. Sentient beings' evil deeds create multiple barriers. The Buddha demonstrates sublime principles to break through them, while lighting up the world with a bright lamp. This truth weapon bearer can see. The Buddha cultivated practices over oceans of aeons past, praising all the Buddhas in the 10 directions. Therefore he has a lofty, far-reaching fame. This is what is understood by wisdom. His wisdom is like space, unbounded. His reality body is immense, inconceivable. Therefore he appears in all the 10 directions. Flaming eyes can observe this. Intoning the wondrous sound in all realms of being, he expounds the truth to benefit the living. Wherever his voice reaches, all pains vanish. Delving into this technique is Adamant Eye. All profound, vast meanings the Buddha can expound in one phrase. Thus the principles of the teaching are equal to the world's. This is the realization of courageous wisdom. All sentient beings are on false paths. The Buddha shows them the right path, inconceivable, causing all worlds to be vessels of truth. This brave general can understand. All virtuous activities in the world come from the Buddha's light. The ocean of Buddha's wisdom is immeasurable. Such is the liberation of materially rich. Recall the countless aeons of the past, when the Buddha cultivated the 10 powers, able to fulfill all the powers. This is comprehended by high matter. Furthermore, the Maharaga king, beneficent wisdom, found the door of liberation, of using all spiritual powers and techniques to cause sentient beings to amass virtues. The Maharaga king, pure, dignified sound, found the door of liberation, causing all sentient beings to get rid of afflictions and attain the joy of coolness. The Maharaga king, adornment of supreme wisdom, found the door of liberation, causing all sentient beings having good or bad thoughts and consciousness to enter into the pure truth. The Maharaga king, lord of sublime eyes, found the door of liberation, comprehending the equality of all virtuous powers without any attachments. The Maharaga king, lamp banner, found the door of liberation, edifying all sentient beings and causing them to leave the dark, fearsome states. The Maharaga king, supreme light banner, found the door of liberation, knowing the virtues of all the Buddhas and giving rise to joy. The Maharaga king, lion guts, found the door of liberation, of the courage and strength to be the savior and guardian of all beings. The Maharaga king, sound adorned by myriad subtleties, found the door of liberation, causing all sentient beings to give rise to boundless joy and pleasure whenever brought to mind. The Maharaga king, polar mountain guts, found the door of liberation, of certain unshakability in the face of all objects, finally reaching the other shore. The Maharaga king, pleasing light, found the door of liberation, of showing the path of equality to all unequal beings. At that time, the Maharaga king, dignified light of beneficent wisdom, imbued with the power of the Buddha, surveyed the assembly of all the Maharagas and said in verse, "Observe the purity of the essence of the Buddha, manifesting everywhere a majestic light to benefit all kinds, showing the path of elixir, making them clear and cool, all miseries banishing, having no basis. All sentient beings dwell in the sea of existence, binding themselves with evil deeds and delusions. He shows them the way of serenity he practices. Pure, dignified sound can well understand this. The Buddha's knowledge is peerless, inconceivable. He knows the minds of all beings in every respect, and clarifies for them the pure truth. This adorned top-knot can comprehend. Innumerable Buddhas appear in the world, being fields of blessings for all sentient beings. Their ocean of blessings is vast and immeasurably deep. Sublime eyes can see all of this. All sentient beings suffer grief and fear. Buddhas appear everywhere to rescue them, extending everywhere through the space of the cosmos. This is the sphere of lamp banner. The virtues in a single pore of the Buddha cannot be assessed by all beings combined. They are boundless, infinite, the same as space. Thus does vast light banner perceive. The Buddha comprehends all things, is aware of the nature of all things, unshakable as the polar mountain. Entering this approach to the truth is lion gut. The Buddha, in vast aeons past, amassed an ocean of joy endlessly deep. Therefore all who see him are glad. This truth-adorned sound has entered. Realizing the real cosmos has no formal characteristics, the ocean of transcendent ways completely fulfilled. His great light saves all sentient beings. Mountain gut knows this technique. Observe the independent power of the Buddha, appearing equally in the 10 directions, illuminating and awakening all sentient beings. This subtle light can well enter into. Furthermore, the Kanara king, heaven of light of refined intellect, found the door of liberation, universally producing all joyous actions. The Kanara king, exquisite flower banner, found the door of liberation, able to produce the unexcelled joy of truth, and cause all beings to experience comfort and happiness. The Kanara king, various adornments, found the door of liberation, of the vast store of pure faith, replete with all virtues. The Kanara king, pleasing sound, found the door of liberation, always producing all pleasing sounds, causing those who hear to be free from distress and fear. The Kanara King Jewel Tree Light found the door of liberation of compassionately establishing all sentient beings in enlightened understanding of mental objects. The Kanara King Delight to the Beholder found the door of liberation manifesting all bodies of exquisite form. The Kanara King Supreme Light Array found the door of liberation, knowing the works by which are produced all the most excellent adornments. The Kanara King Subtle Flower Banner found the door of liberation, observing the results produced by the activities of all worlds. The Kanara King Earth-Shaking Power found the door of liberation, always doing all things to benefit living beings. The Kanara King Fierce Lord found the door of liberation, thoroughly knowing the minds of all Kanaras and skillfully controlling them. At that time, the Kanara King Heaven of Light of refined intellect, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the masses of Kanaras and said in verse, "All the pleasant things in the world arise from seeing the Buddha. The guide benefits all living beings, being the savior and refuge of all. He produces all joys and delights which beings receive without end. He causes all who see not to waste. This is the enlightenment of Flower Banner. The ocean of Buddha's virtue is inexhaustible. No bounds or limits to it can be found. Its light shines in all 10 directions. This is the liberation of Adornment King. The Buddha's great sound is always spoken, showing the real true way out of distress. All beings who hear it are happy and glad. Pleasing sound is capable of believing this way. I see the Buddha's sovereign powers. All stem from practices cultivated in the past. With great compassion, he saves beings and makes them pure. This Jewel Tree King can understand. It is difficult to get a chance to see a Buddha. Beings may encounter one in a million aeons, adorned with the marks of greatness all complete. This is the view of beholder's delight. Observe the great knowledge and wisdom of Buddha, responding to the desires of all sentient beings, expounding to all the path of omniscience. Supreme adornments can comprehend this. The ocean of deeds is inconceivably vast. Being, suffering, and happiness all come from it. All this the Buddha can show. This is what Flower Banner knows. The Buddha's mystic powers are uninterrupted. In all directions the earth constantly quakes. Though no sentient beings are aware of it, this immense power ever clearly sees. Manifesting spiritual powers while among the masses, he radiates light to make them wake up. Revealing the realm of all the enlightened, this fierce Lord capably observes. Furthermore, the Garuda King, power of great swiftness, had found the door of liberation of the non-attached, unobstructed eye, observing everything in the worlds of sentient beings. The Garuda King, unbreakable jewel topknot, found the door of liberation, abiding in the realm of reality and teaching sentient beings. The Garuda King, pure speed, found the door of liberation of the power of energy to perfect all means of transcendence. The Garuda King, non-regressing mind, found the door of liberation of bold power, entering the realm of enlightenment. The Garuda King, steady, pure light, found the door of liberation, fully developing knowledge of the boundless differences in sentient beings. The Garuda King, beautifully adorned crown topknot, found the door of liberation, adorning the citadel of the Buddha's teaching. The Garuda King, immediate manifestation everywhere, found the door of liberation, perfecting the power of unbreakable equanimity. The Garuda King, ocean surveyor, found the door of liberation, knowing the physical forms of all sentient beings and manifesting forms for them. The Garuda King, dragon sound, great eye, energy, found the door of liberation of the knowledge entering into the acts of all sentient beings in death and life. At that time, the Garuda king, power of great swiftness, receiving the power of the Buddha, looked over all the Garudas and said in verse, "The Buddha eye is vast and boundless. Seeing all the lands in the 10 directions, sentient beings therein are innumerable. Showing great spiritual powers, he conquers them all. The Buddha's spiritual powers are unhindered. He sits under all enlightenment trees in the 10 directions and expounds the truth like a cloud filling everywhere. Jewel Topknot, hearing this, does not oppose. The Buddha did various practices in the past, universally purifying great means of transcendence, giving offerings to all the enlightened. This swift king deeply believes. In each pore of the Buddha, boundless practices are shown in an instant. Such is the realm of Buddhahood, adorned by non-regression, clearly sees all. The Buddha's boundless wisdom light can destroy the net of ignorance and illusion, saving all beings in all worlds. This is the teaching held by stable light. The citadel of truth is immense, endless. Its gates are various and uncountable. The Buddha in the world opens them wide. Here, beautiful crown Topknot clearly see enters. All the Buddhas are one reality body, true suchness equal without distinctions. The Buddha always abides through this power. Immediate manifestation everywhere can fully expound this. The Buddha in the past saved beings in all realms, shining light throughout the world, teaching and taming by various means. This supreme teaching ocean surveyor realizes. The Buddha sees all lands, all resting on the ocean of doing, and rains the rain of truth on them all. Dragon sounds, liberation is like this. Furthermore, the Titan king Rahula found the door of liberation of appearing as the honored leader of the masses. Bhimashita found the door of liberation making countless aeons manifest. The Titan king's skillful magical arts found the door of liberation extinguishing the suffering of all sentient beings and purifying them. The Titan king, great following, found the door of liberation of self-adornment by cultivation of all ascetic practices. The Titan king Bandi found the door of liberation, causing boundless realms in the 10 directions to quake. The Titan king Universal Shining found the door of liberation of securely establishing all sentient beings by various techniques. The Titan king Wonderful Adornment of Firm Action found the door of liberation of everywhere gathering unbreakable roots of goodness and clearing away all attachments. The Titan king Vast Causal Wisdom found the door of liberation of leadership with great compassion free from confusion. The Titan king Manifesting Supreme Virtue found the door of liberation, causing all to see the Buddhas, serve, make offerings, and cultivate roots of goodness. The Titan king Good Sound found the door of liberation of the practice of sure equanimity entering into all states of being. At that time, the Titan king Rahula, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the Titans and said in verse, "In all the great masses in the 10 directions, the Buddha is most unique among them. The radiance of his light is equal to space, appearing before all sentient beings. Billions of aeons, Buddha lands, clearly appear in an instant. Shedding light, he edifies beings everywhere. This Bhimashita praises with joy. The realm of Buddhahood has no compare. With various teachings, he is always giving aid, annihilating beings' pains of existence. King Kumara can see this. Practicing austerities for countless aeons, he aids sentient beings and purifies the worlds. Thereby is the sage's wisdom universally perfected. Herein does great following see the Buddha. Unhindered, incomparable, great mystic powers move all lands in the 10 directions, without causing sentient beings to fear. Great power can understand this. The Buddha appears in the world to save the living, revealing the way of complete knowledge, causing all to give up suffering and attain peace and bliss. This teaching, Universal Shining, expounds. The ocean of blessings in the world, Buddha's power can produce and purify. Buddha can show the realm of liberation. Adornment of firm action enters this door. Unequaled is the Buddha's body of compassion, extending everywhere, unhindered, causing all to see. Like a reflection appearing in the world, causal wisdom can express this quality. Rare, incomparable, great mystic powers, manifest bodies everywhere throughout the cosmos, each sitting under a tree of enlightenment. Superior qualities can explain the meaning of this. The Buddha has cultivated practices for all times, having passed through every state of existence, liberating sentient beings from distress. This is praised by the good King Good Sound. Furthermore, the day spirit displaying palaces found the door of liberation, entering into all worlds. The day spirit bringing forth the fragrance of wisdom found the door of liberation, observing all sentient beings, helping and benefiting them all, causing them to be happy and content. The day spirit delighting in superb adornments found the door of liberation, emanating boundless pleasing light beams. The day spirit, exquisite light of fragrant flowers, found the door of liberation, arousing the pure faith and understanding of boundless sentient beings. The day spirit, everywhere collecting marvelous herbs, found the door of liberation, of power to assemble and array all-pervading lights. The day spirit, liking to make joyful eyes, found the door of liberation, universally enlightening all sentient beings, whether they be suffering or happy, and causing them to realize the enjoyment of truth. The day spirit, observing the directions and appearing everywhere, found the door of liberation of different bodies of the worlds in the 10 directions. The day spirit, majestic power of great compassion, found the door of liberation, saving all sentient beings and making them peaceful and happy. The day spirit, radiance of goodness, found the door of liberation of the power to produce the virtues of joy and contentment in every way. The day spirit, garland of beautiful flowers, found the door of liberation of universal renown and bringing benefit to all who see. At that time, the day spirit, displaying palaces, imbued with the power of the Buddha, surveyed all the day spirits and said in verse, "The Buddha's knowledge is like space, it has no end. His light shines throughout the 10 directions. He knows the mental patterns of all sentient beings. There is no world he does not enter. Knowing what pleases all sentient beings, he expounds an ocean of teachings according to suitability. The expressions and meanings, great and far-reaching, are not the same. Complete wisdom can perceive them all. Buddha radiates light illuminating the world. Those who see it rejoice without fail. It shows the vast, profound realm of pure peace. Delight in pleasing adornments understands this. The Buddha showers the rain of truth without bound, able to make witness and greatly rejoice. Supreme roots of goodness are born from this. Such is the realization of exquisite light. Entering into all aspects of teaching with enlightening power, ages of cultivation and discipline thoroughly pure. All this is for the salvation of beings. This is what wonderful herbs understands. Edifying sentient beings by various means. All who hear or see receive benefit, causing them all to dance for joy. Joyful eyes seize in this way. Appearing responsively throughout the world, throughout indeed the entire cosmos. Buddha's substance and nature neither exist nor do not. This is the direction observer enters into. Sentient beings wander through difficulty and danger. Buddha appears in the world out of pity for them, making them get rid of all suffering. In this liberation, compassion power dwells. Sentient beings are shrouded in darkness, sunk in eternal night. Buddha preaches truth for them, bringing the dawn, allowing them to find happiness, getting rid of distress. Light of goodness enters this door. The extent of Buddha's blessings is like that of space. All blessings in the world arise therefrom. Whatever he does is not in vain. This liberation flower Garland gains. Furthermore, the night spirit, pure light of universal virtue, found the door of liberation of great courage and strength in the bliss of tranquil meditation. The night spirit, observing the world with joyful eyes, found the door of liberation characterized by great, pure, delightful virtues. The night spirit, world protecting energy, found the door of liberation appearing everywhere in the world, taming sentient beings. The night spirit, sound of a tranquil sea, found the door of liberation accumulating a spirit of immense joy. The night spirit, everywhere manifesting splendor, found the door of liberation of the sound of profound, independent, pleasing speech. The night spirit, everywhere causing flower trees to bloom, found the door of liberation of a vast store of joy, full of light. The night spirit, egalitarian, protector, and nourisher, found the door of liberation enlightening sentient beings and causing them to develop roots of goodness. The night spirit, sporting happily, found the door of liberation of boundless compassion, rescuing and protecting sentient beings. The night spirit, all senses always joyful, found the door of liberation, everywhere manifesting the magnificent gates of great compassion. The night spirit, producing pure bounty, found the door of liberation, causing all sentient beings' desires to be fulfilled. At that time, the night spirit, pure light of universal virtue, imbued with the power of the Buddha, looked over all the night spirits and said in verse, "You all should observe the Buddha's action, its vastness, serenity, and space-like character. The shoreless sea of craving he purifies completely, his undefiled majesty illuminating all quarters. All beings like to see the Buddha, met with but once in countless aeons, compassionately mindful of all beings, extending to all. This liberation door world observer sees. The guide saves and protects all worlds. All beings see him before them, able to purify all realms of existence. This world guardian ably observes. In the past, Buddha cultivated an ocean of joy, vast, boundless, beyond all measure. Therefore those who see are all delighted. This is realized by silent sound. The realm of the Buddha is immeasurable, tranquil yet able to preach throughout all quarters, causing all beings' minds to be pure. The night spirit splendor, hearing, rejoices. Among sentient beings who have no blessings, Buddha's rays of great blessing majestically shine, showing them the way of serenity beyond the dusts of the world, causing flowers to bloom everywhere, realizes this way. Displaying great mystic powers everywhere, taming all sentient beings, he makes them see various physical forms. This the guardian nourisher perceives. In the past, Buddha spent every moment purifying the ocean of means and compassion to save all beings in all of the worlds. This is the liberation of blissful happiness. Sentient beings are ignorant, always muddled. The stubborn poisons of their minds are much to be feared. The Buddha appears for their sake out of pity. This enemy destroyer realizes with joy. The Buddha's past practice was for sentient beings, to let them satisfy their aspirations. Because of this, he has developed virtuous characteristics. This is what bounty producer enters into.